I've behaved.
You never behave.
That's a
You
huge lie.
Yeah.
No one's gonna
I
believe
never
that.
said how I behaved.
Welcome everyone to a very late episode of Legends of Logomancy Frontier Adventures. We are joined by me as your dungeon master and these 5 clowns who will be playing my lovely players tonight. Thank you so much to those of you who tuned in last week and hung out with our special fireside chat. We are especially grateful to have Pixie back. I hope you're feeling better.
Pixie!
With all of that said and done, let's run through our weeks really quickly here, see how everyone's doing, and then let's go play some Dungeons & Dragons. Brian, how was your week?
Oh, good. Exhausting, but good. Just plugging away. It's kind of just business as usual right now. So, working on stuff. We're just about got a location. We're expected to open about 5 months earlier than we were intending on. So that's exciting, super exciting. Went and got a massage today. That was really nice. I always give and I never get, so it's good to get. Had some day drinks. Having more day drinks. It's evening time, so having evening drinks. Can't wait to figure out what the hell is about to happen tonight.
So much.
I am scared.
I've been getting like emails from Neon like, I'm so ready for my monologue day. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
the what's your boundaries with your daughter emails have been like, don't like touch her. What?
Protect. That's it.
Yeah.
The email, the message
Yeah.
specifically, what are your boundaries as a player?
Yeah. So, just
What's gonna be fun for
same
you?
shit. Same shit. I'm very imprinted on my fake daughter, okay?
Yeah, absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
been a long time coming. Geek, how was your week?
My week has been fantastic. I finally said fuck it and got a haircut.
Looks great.
One. Thank you, I appreciate it. I also did some writing with some 2 other lovely people in this room. Who is helping me write a short script for a new short series, which I also been working on the past week. I have like 10 episodes already written, and now I just need to film.
Nice.
So
Other
hopefully
than
they'll
that,
be available shortly.
Yes. I also am so excited because me being the geek I am, no shit, you've seen my background, you've seen what we do on Wednesday nights. Expo's gonna be this weekend.
Yeah.
And 2 of my favorite voice actors are gonna be there. So my friend made me a kimono jacket of one of the characters, and I'm going to get their signatures, and I'm very, very excited. It's my first ever con. I've been to Oda Fest, but I've never been to a Comic Con, so I'm very excited.
You definitely upgrading
Have
as
fun.
you go. Neon, how was your week?
Good. As I discussed just before we went live, I am looking at going back to school in the fall to take a 2-year finisher for my social work degree. So that might be happening. If it does, I'll keep everyone updated, but I got to get accepted into the program and such first.
Yep.
I should qualify, but who knows? Powers at play, powers that be, all that.
Best of luck.
Aside from that, I have been losing my goddamn mind getting ready for this game. It's been 2 weeks. I've been sitting in the writer's room. I have fully Pepe Sylvia'd myself into just full-blown conspiracy. A number of players have already mentioned it, but I've been sending out messages to certain parties being like, hey, what are your limits? What's going to be fun for you, a role player? No, I didn't ask what your character thinks is fun. I asked what you think is fun, because those are 2 different things.
True. Very
You
true.
think alike. You think very alike.
Hey, we were just sitting, we were leaving David's house after writing, and we're like, okay, bye, but wait, and we sat outside and just chatted for another 20 minutes. I was like, it's cold, we gotta go.
Finally got my hands on the juice that makes you explode from good old Dr. Ramshackle.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
If you follow
Voice.
me on Instagram, that was on there.
Yeah.
So If you don't, too bad. It was a story. It's gone now. But maybe follow me on Insta for more fun stuff in the future.
I'll be honest, I'm gonna follow
What's
you
your
right
Instagram?
My Instagram is @itsneongraffiti, just like my Twitch and my Twitter, and any
Amazing.
other attached relevant medias.
Good.
Yeah.
Pixie, how are you?
You know, I'm alive. And we'll skip the rest of it. I I never know how to answer that question without being like, here's a super downer in the middle of everyone's exciting news. So instead, we're going to talk about things that I've made
Hey,
in the
we can-
last
we
2
can hug.
weeks. Like
we can all hug.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit!
Ooh, that's
I-
cool.
Cannot
Oh,
express
shit.
how in love I am with my 3D printer.
That's a
That's fair.
3D
Oh, man.
print?
No.
That looks.
That looks gorgeous.
That
Yeah,
looks
you can
metal.
see the layer lines. Yeah, but that looks so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You can see the layer lines there, but the handle is buffed out to just kind of a leather texture.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Nice.
excited because I just got some needle tip bottles in the mail because trying to paint the smaller details on this is really difficult to do with a
Right.
brush. But the needle tip bottle will let me fill in those little areas almost like
Cool.
I'm doing an enamel
Nice.
fill.
Like an inlay.
So that's what I'm gonna do for this. Red, of course.
Nice,
to
nice,
play
nice.
with
Why
all
would you
the
pick
other
any
heart
other
stuff.
color?
And then I am because I've been practicing my like 3D modeling skills. I've been like working very slowly through things. I have found a very cool revolver that I am working on adding embellishments to in 3D software so that I can print and paint that. Which will be awesome because I like have a very specific gun in mind for hearts.
Love.
And none of the models that I found are quite right. So I'm like, all right, well, we're going to learn to 3D model. I also
You
have a
had,
really cool puzzle box on the go that I will show you next week. It's not quite finished.
You mentioned something about like cards up your sleeve.
Oh, yes.
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 So
Yeah. What? Let me see.
I don't even think about this stuff very often, right? I have like, I don't know, something like 40 tattoos now, and I forget about most of them. Well, it's a high number because I do a patchwork of all these little ones, right? I don't have many really big pieces. And I have some X-Men tattoos because I love the X-Men. So I've got
Nice.
this one. And I've got Nightcrawler here. I've got my Bounce.
Because Nightcrawler's the best one.
Cool.
And I will fight
My
whoever.
two favorites, one on either side of my wrist, Nightcrawler and...
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
That's
Love that.
awesome.
And I
Gambit?
wasn't even thinking about that. So I have this Gambit tattoo that I've had for like a couple years now, I guess. And I was just like staring at it the other night. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait a minute. So I'm always prepared. This may explain my dice rolling luck with card games.
Mm.
Amazing.
But yeah.
Pocket aces always.
Last but not least, Teagan, how was your week?
My week's been good. Been making some characters for two upcoming like D&D campaigns.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm crazy. I went to the dermatologist, going to the acne clinic to figure out what's wrong with my face. And been excited for tonight.
I'm glad you guys are excited. I'm so
I
glad.
feel like, I'll be honest, I feel like Neon's ready to burst if we didn't have it
Yeah.
today.
Oh, I am.
Yes. Yes.
So now's a
I
bad
sent a
time to tell
message.
you that this is just a short little
Yeah,
like intro, see how
wait.
we're at. I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We will come to your
David, I
house,
know where you
David.
live.
Oh, we all, yeah.
We will
I
role
will
play in
leak
your
your
basement.
information to the rest of the group, David. I know your wife.
So enough with the introductions. Let's go.
The message I sent to my partner just before we went live on video was, I'm going to theatrically shit my pants if he doesn't hurry up.
Well, I guess I've kept you long enough. Where we last left you guys.
Go extreme detail, David. Do it. Do it.
How are you, David? Good. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm
Yeah,
good.
how are you?
I'm
Well,
great.
yeah.
I'm so excited for
glossed
this
over the man.
episode. I'm
Okay, good.
no,
That's not
I've,
just us.
I'm very excited for what's coming. I am a little tired because the dogs have been slowly moving forward the time that they consider acceptable to wake up, day by day, and it's creeping closer to 5 o'clock than I would like it to be.
Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah. But they're dogs, and they wake up Nora, and Nora, my lovely little daughter, has learned to say Zazie, which is her approximation of Maisie.
Aww.
And when I pick her up from daycare, it's not daddy, 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 daddy. It's daddy puppy Zazie. And I'm like, okay, let's see how it is.
Aw.
So
Aw.
Maisie's best friend is my daughter. And the same is, like, we come home. If I'm holding Nora, Maisie will come say hi. But if I put Nora down, I'm chopped liver.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And that's been the progress of this week. Also, there's Cookie in my hair because I had Nora on my shoulders and she was eating Cookie. So that's been my week.
How these things go.
When we last left you, you were spending the night in the safety of the Frontier Adventure Company headquarters. You had, at the appearance, bested Master McAllister, the mayor.
I'm sorry. We all came out unscathed. Sorry, Casper. That was the end of the thing. That was the end. That was the
Did
end. We
we?
couldn't do anything.
It's okay. I got some
came
time with my
back.
wife.
For the record, I was
you got
100%
better.
not sure if you were coming back.
I got better.
I gave you the option, and then I had a moment of like, oh shit, I might have fucked this up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, he's not coming back. And he was like, okay, you gotta roll a new character. Like, real quick.
We got unfinished business with this McAllister guy.
Yeah, you guys had an opportunity to fight McAllister, and for now it appears he's at bay. You learned that he is using layers and layers of ancient magic to apply effects to the town. Some of them you know, some of them you don't. And in taking who he referred to as his granddaughter, but of course, as we all know, to be Casper Jordan's actual daughter, a part of the spell broke. So he retreated to repair it and hold it together, giving you time to escape to the safety of the Frontier Adventure Company headquarters in this town.
Why? Why?
You had a brief...
Why did he just... Okay, anyway.
You had a
Why
brief...
did he give her up like that? Ah, okay.
Who's to say he has?
Questions.
You had retreated. You had an opportunity to talk to Elias about some of the things he knew. You understand a little bit more about Elias's character, and you were just setting down to relax for the night to plan your potential escape from Corston. And this is where we'll join you back again.
Question before this place is just like the Frontier Adventure Company in Sandmist, right?
It's similar concept. It's a different
There's
building.
a bar.
There is a bar, yes.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, God.
Have we long rested or no?
Not yet.
And we're planning on doing that before we leave?
I hope so.
It's about
I
middle of
figure
the
we
day.
should,
Like your
eh?
guys' ass kicking.
Okay, yeah.
So you've got a fair bit
Right.
of time here.
Yeah,
Oh,
remember,
and
we,
I think-
we only went to brunch.
We said that we wanted to like short or long rest early and like get out in the midst of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the
That's
plan?
about
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think that
Cool,
was
cool,
the
cool.
general plan before we left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I may have already
Last
short
time.
rest or long rested and taken my spells for the day. So. Okay. Good. All right. Let's get drunk. Fuck.
Well, I think we have some things to.
Probably.
Maybe.
I would like to get Maribel set up with a room
So
here for now.
the rooms here are a little bit different. There's kind of tiers. Corson's a lot more important of an outpost to the Frontier Adventure Company, so there's kind of different levels. As you kind of ascend the stairs going up, basically your first level are typically for adventure, like new adventurers, either like rookie recruits or new people that are just getting started. They're effectively bunks. So there's 6 bunks in a room, and they're set up that way. The next level up, they're a little bit more private. So there's 2 beds in a room, a little bit more well set up, and then the very top level are reserved typically for a little bit higher notoriety individuals, but you know, they're individual rooms. They're currently unoccupied, so Elias has made them available to you guys.
I will make sure Strudel is with Bella. Or Belle.
Thank you.
So
That's-
Strudel will probably stay with Belle, and so Ski is without Strudel.
Do any of the bunk rooms or the like 2-bedrooms have windows that face out the front of the building?
They do. They're currently shuttered over.
Okay. I will find one of those rooms and not necessarily nap, but sit down. And I will kind of like take out the weaponry available to me and just make sure it's all nice and clean and sink into the meditation of maintenance.
It sounds like Ski is going to get drunk at the bar.
No. Ski just wanted to know for other reasons. Don't worry about it yet. I've been planning this for 2 weeks. Ski's got some plans.
Oh.
We've all got plans and thoughts.
But also, like Ski failed once again. So Ski not doing too well. So Ski is actually just gonna be off on their own right now.
Okay.
Bottles of, or breakable bottles of high proof alcohol. I think I know what's going on. What?
Her poppy told her never to play with fire around open alcohol. There's a reason.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna need a distraction, guys, okay? Ski's gonna make a distraction.
Colt, what are you doing?
I think after Casper gets Belle situated, he just makes sure that he was okay. After learning everything and then dying.
Yeah. I got better. I healed myself.
'Tis but a scratch.
Yourself?
I healed myself like 3 spell slots
I'll just tick my diamonds on stash back up 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You revived me. That's fair.
Yeah, good luck healing yourself if you're dead.
It was very healing being in the presence of my wife.
That's fair.
Aw.
But yeah, I guess Casper's gonna get Belle situated into the room, make sure that she's cozy and safe, and he's probably gonna have like a nice long conversation with her, just about how the past couple of years has been. Just fill her in on what he's been doing, and try to get any insight into James that she might have.
Yeah.
She's a smart girl.
She's had an opportunity to get to know him. From her perspective, he's actually a very kind man. There's no denying what he does isn't always legal. But even without like the raw charisma that he has, he's not a bad person in the open sense.
I'll
Yeah.
say, dude, we would beg to differ.
I think I'd ask her a little bit about his son, because it sounds to me more like he wasn't involved in the actual taking or anything. He actually kind of like kept her protected and safe. So he's a little conflicted and not sure what to think right now. But he wants a little more information about the son.
Yeah, so you know, James McAllister's son is an impulsive and kind of like out of control man. Think of a spoiled rich brat, but that doesn't get any of the like actual perks of being a spoiled rich brat. So a large part of the McAllister family, and something that you know that James McAllister was instilling inside Maribel, was that there it goes. Starting the
$1 in the jar.
$1, guys.
Woo! Ignore me.
James McAllister spent a lot of time instilling the idea that there's no such thing as a.
It's the best cycle.
Each time that's gonna happen, I don't know how else to get rid of the box.
Your camera quality's better for me though, so that's nice. Don't ask me how. Yeah, one of the things that James McAllister instilled very heavily in Maribel is this concept that there's no such thing as a free ride, and less in the sense of like modern day conservatives like there's no such thing as a free ride, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But he's very much a person who believes that the only way to actually achieve the power that your family grants you is through the strong use of actually having worked for it. And whereas with Maribel, a lot of what he was instilling was, access to higher education, access to the capacity to really develop her skills as a talented engineer that he saw in her. His son really lacked a lot of that raw potential. And if anything, assumed he was going to get everything handed to him, and when it wasn't, decided he was going to do his father proud by doing just criminal things. So right. he's a career criminal, but he's not also like he leads a band, but he leads a band because he's got money and power and like a little bit of soft protection that comes from it. You also know that James McAllister's wife is the one who actually got Henry McAllister out. So she's the one that got him out, and she got killed as a result of it.
Oh, okay. What was her name at the time? Would she have heard of that?
Lucinda.
Would he have referred
Lucinda
to her?
McAllister. There would have been portraits of like the family around. Something I'll give you as something perceptive you would have noticed. There were portraits of James and Lucinda, but there were no real portraits of James, Lucinda, and Henry. If anything, the thing that probably stood out to you as you entered is that there was, in fact, portraits of Maribel.
Interesting. Okay. Right, so I can't really, at this point, hate. I mean, I do hate James.
Yeah.
But he has done an adequate job of keeping her safe. He seems to care for her. So this is going to be an interesting... I still want to see him dead, absolutely. But I'm not hell-bent on it right now.
Hearts.
But then, yeah, after getting her tucked in, probably just go and see Colt.
While you're doing that, Hearts, what are you up to? What's your kind of wind down from all this?
Before the wind down, I wanted to see if I could kind of hover a little, potentially before a door is closed. I would just like to cast detect magic to make sure that no one has left any lingering spells or effects on Maribel.
So there's nothing really of note in terms of like direct spells. No mind altering kind of immediate detection, like no I'm forgetting the schools of magic all of a sudden. Like no psychic or mind altering spells. It'll come to me in like 2 minutes time, and I'll interrupt somebody when it happens. Enchantments, thank you. There's no lingering enchantments on Maribel. There are several items that she's wearing that have magical effects on them. A quick study of them is most of them are defensive in nature. So there's a ring of shield that she's wearing. Basically, if attacked, the ring will automatically deploy a shield. And there's a ring of counter magic or counter spell that she's wearing. It's a level 5 counter spell.
Okay, so she's been really prepared to be able to keep herself safe. And then other than that, just kind of the same lingering effects that are on everybody in town.
Yeah, so there's kind of a like a wash of magic that's stuck to her. As you know, when you use detect magic, you can kind of see the way that magic permeates certain things. It's like wisps that are coming off of everyone, kind of a light fog that hosts onto everyone. You can see there's multiple layers of spells, some of them incredibly ancient, that are at play here. Not all of them seem to directly affect people. It seems to be actually the other way around. People directly affect the spells. But once inside of the Frontier Adventure Company, you know, the spell effects dissipate pretty quickly.
Okay. And I will wait until until like, you know, Flint has her all settled in before I fill him in on that. Let him have the time he needs right now.
Cycling back to oh no, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just to say after that, I think that I don't know if Hearts is really feeling like an actual sleep rest. I don't think she's even lying down. I think she's kind of somewhere in a corner, like, you know, chair leaned back, leaning against the wall kind of deal.
Okay. Heading back to Flint and Colt.
Well, that was a hell of a night or a hell of a morning.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't think anyone's said that to me in a very long time.
Kinda sad to hear, Casper.
Well, it's nice to have some people that genuinely care about me and my family surrounding me again.
Of course. Probably not much, but I'm sure once we get out of here, we could probably send her back to my home and still get that education. Well, till you're ready to take her home for longer.
Well, you know what? I think that's a fine idea. I'd like to have her in Sandmist with us for a little bit if we do get some time there. I think she'd be fascinated with the mill.
Of course.
I think she might like Jasper as well. Just you know, someone a little at least closer to her age. I know they still have a bit of a gap between them, but she might be able to form a bit of a bond there. That it doesn't. I don't know if she's got many friends right now, and I think that could be good for her. But definitely, your place is safe, and I really appreciate that offer. That's mighty kind of you.
Sorry, how old is Maribel again?
She's like 10 years old.
Okay. So Colt's gonna be like, yeah, I have some siblings around her age, so like she'll be the only small one there.
Well,
so she might be taller than them.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. She can duck if she needs to. But yeah, we'll get her. I mean, we got to get out of town here pretty quick.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely get that sorted out, and that's a mighty gracious offer, and I'm for sure going to take you up on that, because I don't have anywhere to keep her safe right now, unless she's by my side. That's the only way that I know she's safe. But if she's in a home as dignified as yours, with security such as yours, then I'd be comfortable leaving her there for sure.
Okay. I know my father would offer that if he was here. So.
Well,
Of course, we're friends now, right? So,
he's a good man. He's a good man. He, you know, might, you know, you've got a different perspective. He's your father. It's nice to get out and do your own thing. But yeah, I've worked for him before. I've done some jobs with him. He's always been right fine on paying us proper and keeping us well equipped and everything. So I trust him absolutely.
Now, getting out of town.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans cooking up in that brilliant head of yours, or?
I mean, I've taken a bit of I mean, I've got expeditious retreat for me and a couple of people. I'm not exactly sure. I think, of course, let's do it at nighttime.
Dark would be the best.
And, we'll have to. We don't have a train in this town, hey? The train was in.
No.
Where was the train again? We went to a town.
Plain City?
Oh,
yeah,
Plain, yeah.
So
Yeah.
there is there's a closer train than Oak Lane City.
Okay.
But kind of one of Corsten's precedents for joining was basically to be bypassed by the train. They didn't want to ruin the image and everything. Also, Elias would have said the mayor made it previous mayors have made it clear they didn't want the control of the Oak Lane Republic directly hovering over top of them, and that's kind of
That
what the
makes
train
sense.
is perceived by.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, if we get ourselves to a station and get ourselves back to, and then trek back to Sand Mist, or even just, no, I mean, I need a little time with her before I send her away.
Yeah, whenever you're comfortable.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Colt. That's
Sure.
mighty generous of you. I appreciate it.
I'm
How are you doing?
Oh, I think I'm good. Lots. I know it only happened earlier today, but a lot happened. Still, I wasn't expecting Sophia to, and I'm a little worried about Ski.
Yeah, I mean, on those notes, Ski, God, she really is a caring and protective person, and I'm afraid that I kind of let her down, hitting the floor like that so shamelessly. But I think she'll do right, Sophia, I've got some questions for her. I'm definitely going to go visit her before the night's over, but I certainly don't like that she was involved in my daughter's taken in one way or another. I'm curious about that money that was exchanged hands. So,
Yeah.
you got any theories on that?
Not at the moment, but things are ticking away in my head.
I'll let you
I'll
in
let
on
you
a
know
little
when I have one.
and I'll let you in on a little secret, actually.
Oh?
Now, I had, when we first got together, there was pretty clear friction between myself and Sophia, and I took it upon
Couldn't
myself to
tell.
do a little investigating. But,
you guys? No.
yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
Mom and
But,
Dad are fighting again.
But you know what? I was given some information, a pretty thick dossier, I might say, and I
Did you
turned
read
it into. You know what? I didn't. After being together for a little bit and recognizing that we were very much on the same team, I decided it made for better kindling than reading. And I set that aflame, and you know what? I'm just a little curious about what it was I burned. That's all. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, of course. Get a chance to explain herself a bit, but as far as I'm concerned, I feel like that money ought to go with Maribel to ensure her safety.
Yeah, it's definitely something you can talk to her about.
Yeah, we'll get there, and I just appreciate you lending an ear.
Of course, we're friends, right? That's what friends
Absolutely.
do. Well,
Hey,
hasn't
listen.
had very many friends, okay?
You know, and neither have I, to be completely honest. So it's new for me too, and getting used to having people that have your back, and getting used to the idea that hey, I can actually lean into this and trust these people. It's a surrender that I've never had before. Usually, and I'm the one asking other people to surrender. So now I got to do it myself, and it's a little tough. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, people liking you for you and not what you can provide them.
Exactly now. Well, I like you. Do you want to go grab a drink?
Yes. think I could use a drink after this morning.
I think I'm gonna let this. I think I'll talk to Sophia once we're outside of town and once we're a little more calm-headed and everything.
Well, and with McAllister's magic everywhere, it probably would be for the best.
Probably. That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
God, I wonder if Ski's at the bar.
Hey, let's go find out. And we meander to the
Go
bar.
down to the bar.
Do they find Ski at the bar?
Did you read the little note that I sent the GM and whisper? Because Ski won't be there, but Ski might have taken something.
Hold on. My God, I've got my desk is a mess. I apologize.
Oh, look at that shit.
Woo!
Oh.
Not all
Don't
of
read
it,
too
but
much into
definitely like a fair amount of it. I'm sure you could like squirrel away.
Sure, Ski gonna take that, and Ski not gonna be there.
Okay.
Ski got. How much would you say? In roughly how much?
What percentage are we talking?
Probably
Don't
like
worry about
6 bottles.
Awesome. I'm writing that down. So you got plans. And are we talking like straight up, really high alcohol content? Or
Yeah.
what about it? Okay, good.
Oh God,
Like,
I'm excited and scared.
Moonshine.
yeah, effectively.
Ski not there.
Do we notice missing bottles?
It'd be hard to tell. Like the bar is fairly well stocked, so it'd be hard to immediately tell.
Well, I don't see Steve, but let's pour one out for a successful rescue.
We gotta get out.
Standing at the bar though is like one of the kobolds. It's Reddest is standing at the bar. It's comical because at some point Elias must have told him between Ski doing what Ski was doing and you guys arriving that like, hey, they're probably gonna want drinks. So he's holding like a glass.
Yeah.
But he's a kobold, so it's like kind of comically weird that he's holding it and he's cleaning it with like a rag that he's got, and he's got like the whole look of like, but it's like his whole arm is deep into this thing, like it's like he like kind of looks at you as you approach and goes, yes.
I think Colt's gonna try out his draconic that he was learning from Taz, and ask for, what are we drinking? Whiskey, bourbon.
Give me
Last time you drank bourbon was bad, Cole. You couldn't even finish the glass. You took a sip and said no. And then Sophia in hearts rolled sleight of hand to see who got the glass first.
You said you wanted an intelligence.
Yeah, give me an intelligence, just a straight intelligence check.
Oh
Roll.
God, this is gonna be good.
Come
With my
on.
-1.
Oh, me too.
Oh, it's not bad. 10.
10. It's passable. Like there's definitely a moment where you can tell that Reddest is engaging in this conversation with you in Draconic as a nicety, but would very much rather you like switch back to common, please.
That's fair. That's fair. I think seeing that would be like, sorry. I don't get to speak it much.
Not many who speak it, but even less who speak it well.
That's fair. Thank you for indulging me.
We try to humor. What can we get for you? You said whiskey. Are you a rye? Are you straight whiskey? Are you a South Center whiskey? Like what's the vibe? Bourbon? We've got lots of bourbon.
Listen, back home we mainly had like wine, so I'm trying to broaden my horizons.
Are you sure whiskey? I can maybe interest you in a nice port. I've got lots of ports. A tawny that might be good.
Oh, maybe a tonic.
Okay, I can do that. I can definitely do that. And he like pulls down a bottle and like pours you a nice glass and puts it down. And for you, sir?
Definitely some bourbon, please. And what's the oldest, or what's the highest number you got on them bottles?
Are you looking for highest proof, or are you looking for the oldest age? Very different.
Both, sir.
Ooh, cross-reference, and he looks kind of like back at the thing, and there's like 6 bottles, and you see him like look up, and there's like a shelf that you can see is like closed, like it looks like it's a thing, and he's looking at it, and he's like, won't mind. And he like scurries up the shelf, pulls it, and he comes down with like a really nice bottle, and he like puts it down, and you can see there's a moment where like he considers whether or not he should let you have the whole bottle. Like he's definitely not supposed to, especially this bottle, but he just kind of like slides it across to the 2 of you and goes, anything else?
You looked a little hesitant there, friend. Does this bottle mean something to someone around here?
I mean, it's about 500 gold for this bottle.
Holy sh!
Oh,
Well, now, considering we're in the business of saving people and helping towns, is that a price that you're expecting us to pay fully right now?
Technically, booze is supposed to be open to everyone, and I'm sure Elias won't mind. You see him consider that for a moment, and then like realize, like you can watch like his little like kobold brain go like, no, Elias is gonna be very mad about this situation, but he's already committed to it, so he's like not gonna take it back.
I'm gonna mage hand the bottle back to the top shelf, and just with the mage hand, just grab like the one next to it and bring it down. How about this? Is this still a good? Is this still good?
Still very
All right. Well, I'd feel mighty terrible taking something that Elias is so interested in. So we'll have this one instead.
Anything else?
I'm
No,
good with this. You got a couple of ice cubes back there?
Yeah, and he like pulls out an ice bucket that's been like kind of magically, like a magic freezer effectively that he pulls out. And he kind of like plops it down in front of you.
Right on. You know, you need a couple of ice cubes in there. When it starts to melt, it hits that sweet spot, that perfect
Yes.
perfect blend.
We've had many of people in the town recently quoting the famous bard Hosier and saying they drink their whiskey neat, not understanding what that means. And it's been very entertaining to most of the staff.
Yeah, you know, whiskey neat is for shooting, I think, but for sipping, gotta get a little bit of cool into it.
Honestly, it tastes like hot, spicy peppers if you just drink it neat. Very bad.
I don't think I've tried a hot spice.
I think that was the point the bard Hosier was trying to get.
Well, yeah, well, this will do us just fine, and we'll.
He bows out, and you watch him like scurry down. Like it looks like a tunnel that's basically been like set up for these kobolds throughout the building. He just like kind of like disappears down it.
Huh. Wonder if I could fit in there.
I mean, I got enlarge reduce. I can make you even smaller if you're interested in finding out the nether regions of this place.
Tempting, but maybe.
How about we have a
just let
shot
them
about
have
it
their
first?
secrets. Shot sounds good, Casper.
Cool. Sit down and shoot the shit. Drink some drinks.
Once
Not too
she
many. We
hears-
gotta.
Once she hears people hanging out and talking, Hearts will probably make her way over.
Okay.
Because, no sense in sitting alone at the moment.
Sophia, circling back to you.
Yeah. Sophia is probably in the midst of the field strip of her high caliber rifle. It is in pieces on a cloth in front of her, and she is scraping the inside of the barrel with a brush. Just making sure that everything's going to work properly and as intended, if needed, when needed. And she's kind of sitting on the floor, one knee up to her chest, one leg kind of out. And she'll pull a box out of her travel pack, and it's a little priest's box. There's candles and incense and wax and herbs in it, and she'll kind of dig her fingers through the incense sticks and pull out a hidden cigar that's in there. And she'll place it and light it and just continue to clean for a little bit. And through puffs of smoke and through the meditation, she starts to pray. She thinks about who to for a little bit. She thinks about Calamity. She thinks about the dying god of light that's nailed to the planet. But beyond anything else, she prays to the goddess of death. And she prays to the god of justice. And she prays to the god of life. And she puts her rifle back together, slings it over her shoulder, makes sure everything is back where it's supposed to be, puts out the cigar as best she can and tucks it back into the incense, and goes to Maribel's room. Maribel, I'm assuming, is asleep or resting or
Yeah, it's still like middle of the day, so for her, like, everything's a little bit like so she's kind of like sitting in her room, like, tinkering. So she's got like a box of things that she's picked up. It looks like it's a clock that she's probably taken apart, and she's slowly putting it back together.
Mm-hmm. So I don't go in then if I hear her moving around inside. And I stand in front of the door and I grab my holy symbol that is off my chest, the one that's made to look like any different divinity, if, depending on what a person wants to see. And she holds it to the door. And it's omnipresent in its design. And she flips it, and it is solidly the god of life. And she flips it again, it's the god of death. And she flips it again, it's the god of justice. And she looks down to the end of the hall, where the glass of the window is boarded up, sees her reflection, and does the flip again between the three gods. She tucks it into her shirt and goes down to join everyone else at the bar.
Ski, to answer your question, can I get you to roll me a survival check?
Sure. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't even worry about it. 14.
It's unstable.
Doesn't need to be, David. You know what I'm doing.
Using these, I'm gonna say there's gonna be a -1, just because for hits, not for damage, for hit, simply because it's a bit of a it is something that takes a little bit of care and practice and design, and Ski's great at that. In all things related to this.
I got +5 in it. I'll take that -1.
Okay. And then treat it as a plus a 2d6 fire.
2d6 fire?
Yeah.
So I would shoot it and it would be that plus 2d6 for damage?
Whatever the initial hit is plus 2d6, yeah.
Perfect.
Ski
doing something, guys. Don't even worry about it. Ski bad.
I think I know.
Ski's pissed.
Couldn't tell.
I like Dark Ski.
Ski stole something and just went off to a corner and just started tinkering.
I hate to say it, but like dark, angry, upset Ski just has Shadow the Hedgehog energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, none of her daddy or granddaddy's act. It's gonna be a handgun and a motorcycle.
Yeah.
This is Skileta.
Skileta.
Wow.
And Ski's probably found a storage room to do this.
Okay. Yeah. The four of you, the rest of you, find yourselves sitting around the bar. Casper has a bottle of, very nice bourbon. Colt has a glass and a bottle of port sitting in front of him, and an empty bar. Just the four of you.
Well,
what'd you guys think of that frittata that we had for breakfast?
I didn't eat.
He's a pretty good host. I'll give him that much. As far as the poisonous utterings that he's said out of his word hole, He does throw a decent party.
I mean, that's pretty much the standard when you're rich.
She's not wrong.
I mean,
Yay!
Steelers!
Steelers!
growing up, it
You
was.
guys ready for this?
Here we go. Yeah. I can't wait for the random zoom in on like other objects behind you.
Oh, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna start putting on masks and everything. Like it's gonna be a bit. I gotta pull up my thing to put $2 in. I apologize, guys. It seems to happen every hour, which is not good.
Get ready for a large donation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, growing up, it was oats for breakfast, maybe lunch if you were lucky, and whatever we could scrounge together for dinner.
I put some frittata in my pocket. Do you want some?
Mr. Casper, I do not want your pocket frittata.
That's fine by me. More for me.
Now,
In
Caleb,
fact,
what your favorite
actually,
adult source?
any food that has been put in your
You want
pocket without
frittata?
proper packaging you can keep that one right to yourself.
It's okay. I know. Hold on a second. Hey, Tina, come get some ham. Oh. That's an old reference.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's been a what do we want to do? We got to get out of here tonight, right? So I think we already kind of established. Let's call it an early one, and then let's hit the road come like midnight.
If that's what y'all want to do.
Well, I don't know how safe we are here, drawing the ire of James himself. He's killed me once, and I don't think he'd hesitate to do it again.
I understand
Probably
why
right
you'd be
about
scared
that.
of that. But he's here. He's right here.
I know, and I've been wrestling with that too. We've got him within our grasp, I think, but you know who else is right here? What we came for. We didn't come here for James. Came here for Maribel. Happy to say that we've got her. We can always come back for James if we need to. How that went in that room? I mean, let's be honest. He toyed with us.
Yeah.
That didn't seem like a fair fight. And that's just him by his lonesome, let alone the people that he's got under his control. I don't think it's so simple as sneak into his room and slit his throat while he's asleep, as much as I'd love that. But I think we might need to, and I know it's hard to do, but formulate a bit of a plan and try to come back to this.
He has buttons too.
He
Could
does.
push him.
I mean, way I see it, we're holding the future head of his family up in that room. I know it's your daughter, but that's important to him.
I totally agree. I think we got what he wants, right? But at the same time, we're holding on to that by a bit of a thread, right? And I think it's a thread that he's handed us. So
If he wants her so bad, why'd he let her go? It doesn't add up.
I'm so confused about it myself. I've got the wheels are spinning, and it's right bothering me. Sorry, someone came to pick something up. But yeah, I mean, again, we all tried, and we couldn't get him stuck down. He had these rings that kept helping him out. He just straight up said, die, and I did. Like, it was, I think he was holding back. I don't know why, but I'm not about to go and ask him in his own house again.
Probably found us entertaining.
that could have just been it. Like when you're watching ants construct something neat, and instead of stepping on them, you let them do their business just to see what they come up with, you know, knowing you could step on them at any time. And I kind of want to get out from under that heel. So by my account, we got what we came for. I think we should regroup, maybe even get a little stronger, maybe collect some more information on them before we try to take them out proper. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Casper.
Now, Sophia, what's your best case scenario here? What do you want to accomplish while we're here? I saw you I mean, he said some things to you, and that is unforgivable.
Best
can-
case,
Yep.
Mr. Casper, is that man answers for all the things he's done. And I'm not talking about the crimes. I'm not talking about paying for people to do dirty work for him or doing it himself.
He'll pay for
A
that
man
too.
doesn't get that. Oh, he'll pay for that too, but a man doesn't get that rich without standing on the shoulders of people who did the work for him.
Absolutely.
That's not acceptable. Talking about
Nope.
ants and boots. I'm tired of it. We're all tired of it. No more boot. That's best case scenario, Mr. Flynn.
That's a fantastic scenario. So, but do we risk it all right now? And by risk it all, I mean everything that I've worked for. Everything for these past 2 years. I'm not willing to risk that right now, I'll tell you that much. And I'm sorry if that's egregious, but I feel that we came here on a mission. We accomplished our mission, albeit in a very strange manner. And I don't trust the way that it was quote unquote won. But I think at this point we might still be the ants. And we got to strap ourselves up, put some little booties on these feet.
He
For
won't
now.
stop, Mr. Flint. As long as Maribel is out there, he will not stop.
Oh, I don't expect him to. But I know we slowed him down a little bit today. And
She won't be safe.
But while he is slow, we should get distance between them.
So be it.
Okay, do we have an accord? Are we in agreement then? Is this something that you can
For now.
set down just for now? No one's asking you to let this man live a kind and peaceful life for the rest of his days. Lord knows none of us want that. Where the hell is
Worst
Ski?
case. Would I have like I've kind of walked around the building at this point between going from my room to Maribel's room to down here at the bar. Would I have like heard any movements or anything on my way down here with like passive perception?
Ski, give me a stealth check.
God damn it! Why? No. 7.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be lower.
That's less than half my passive perception.
You would have definitely heard Ski doing something in a closet.
Ski was in one of the maintenance closets on the second floor.
Hmm.
I mean,
Push less.
Reddest? Who's the kobold at the bar right now?
None of them. They
Oh, none
like
of them.
he scooted off as soon as like his work was completed. If you call, one of them will come.
Hey,
I need a-
one of y'all little ones, scrambly ones. Colors. One of y'all colors.
Colors is simple.
It is once again reddest.
Hey, Reddest. Your bar normally look this understocked.
And he kind of looks back and goes, and you can like watch it. He goes, not normally my department. 1 second. And he like scurries down the hole. Okay. Red shows up.
Red snitches get stitches.
And
Yeah.
Red looks at the bar for a second, and you watch him like tally things as he's going. Goes, I am missing some Everclear.
Oh,
Well, there's your answer.
Well, sounds
I'm
like
here for it.
Ski is on a mission, and
He's
knowing
just drinking. No, you guys don't know what Ski can do.
knowing what had happened the other times that one of us went down, I think Ski just kind of needs her dark place for a bit. She'll come out, but I think that's
We all
something
have
we
a
should
role to
probably
play.
just respect. Yeah.
Quick thing, David.
Yep.
There's this thing I really want to do. Is there any like clothes around that would fit Ski? Like Western style clothes?
Yeah, you could probably find some.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeehaw, rabbit.
Ski's gotta do a little change.
It's mayor season.
That's reverse.
No, as Ski does their thing, afterwards Ski realizes that their whole job is to be a guardian. That was their whole job. And they failed once, not once, but twice. And at that, after they finished what they were doing, they're pretty much just like staring at their like forest armor and realizing that they failed like multiple times. So at a point, she just starts ripping the armor off and like tearing it to shreds, and like throws it on the ground. And at that point, just pokes their head out, realizing they don't have any clothes, and goes, Lewis, Red, help.
A moment later, yeah, Lewis arrives and goes, "Oh, I apologize." Like averts his gaze.
Head's just poked out the door, like they're not seeing anything. And he goes, "Can you just give me some clothes, please?"
Of course. And returns. Hold on, I gotta look where your armor is because we're gonna.
My armor's garbage. Like I don't have much armor.
I'm just gonna match it, so you're at least not losing some stuff. You are wearing no armor?
Yep, I can't wear armor pretty much with barbarian. It
While
doesn't give me
you're-
any plus. Yeah.
So returns with a pair of trousers, a shirt, and like a duster coat. Kind of hands them to you. Goes, hi, and scurries off, leaving you to do what you have to do.
Ski gets dressed and looks at the old armor, just broken a bit, and just pretty much just leaves the armor there. Puts on their bow back onto their back and walks out with their duster hat and everything. And just walks and like gets to the bar and just sits down.
And when you sit down, Ski, Sophia reaches into one of her pockets and slaps her hand down on the table in front of you and takes it away, and it's another blank bullet casing.
There's constantly stuff.
Ski just nods and just like head down, hat down, and is now in the Western wear with their duster, their new clothes, and is just sitting there, just ordering like a drink, like very silently, which is not like Ski, and is just sitting there, just with the glass.
There is also a note rolled up in the bullet casing. You'll notice if you want to.
Yes, Ski will take the bullet casing because we've had that moment. We had that moment. And we'll see the note and we'll unravel it, hopefully quietly.
Yeah.
It's Ski.
I'd say it's pretty easy. Like everyone's kind of chattering a little bit. And
In rough graphite, looks like she probably wrote this, on the ground. It just says, "No time to be sorry, only to be better."
Oh, that actually would hurt Ski more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he just pretty much just crumples the paper in their fist and squeezes it so much that their nails dig into their palm and like blood starts seeping onto the note. And it just takes the bullet casing without anyone noticing and just puts it in their jacket.
Frustration of like, hello? Yeah,
Sophia does not acknowledge anything that happened.
It's getting into afternoon to get a full 8 hours for a long rest. You guys are gonna have to go to bed fairly soon if you want to leave by midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I took no damage. My rage is good. Ski's probably not going to sleep tonight, let's be honest.
Avoid fatigue.
I was gonna say.
I know,
Avoid
but
the exhaustion point.
at the same time, I don't know if Ski could sleep. Looking at character perspective, could Ski do a short rest?
Like a quick power nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably allow you to do that.
Okay.
That's the point of exhaustion.
Yeah, alright. Ski would probably just do that. Pretty much just head on the, not even finding a bed, head on the bar. Arms
Yep.
crossed.
Casper's experiencing some technical difficulties, folks. He'll be back in
Money!
just a minute.
Money in a jar! Money in a jar!
I mean, his whole computer crashed.
Yeah, we're at 3. I don't care. It's every person who gets this.
That's fair.
I owe 2. I'm gonna put our initials with it too.
What about the rest of you? Sophia, Hearts, Colt.
Hearts is gonna just curl up on top of a bed. Probably not even worry about all the way up to the private rooms. Even one of the bunks is fine. I think she's feeling a little anxious and a little the potential for things to get really heavy exists. So it's probably just going to be a fitful sleep, and I don't think she's going to try too hard to make herself comfortable or find a relaxing spot or anything.
It's that restless pre something's gonna happen sleep.
Mm-hmm. Where you fall asleep twitching your foot against the mattress kind of deal.
Yeah.
Just on my way to my own room, I'll go
Are we
past
back?
the one that
Back?
Hearts is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
back.
you're back.
You bet.
And I'll knock on the frame. Kunk, kunk, kunk. I don't mean to interrupt, but we're heading into some tough times, and I mean it's fairly easy for Colt and Flint. But if something goes wrong, is there any next of kin that I should notify?
Hearts kind of blinks in surprise because it's really not something that that she's thought about in a long time. And Sophia would be able to tell that she's turning this over in her head. And after a couple of long moments, she kind of just gives her head a little shake and says, I mean, nobody who'd care to hear about it, I don't think. I wouldn't worry.
All right, then I'll just make sure to notify myself.
I would appreciate that. As long as you'll miss me, then it's all okay.
I always miss you, Hearts. Temperance. I'll let Ravenna know too. I know you're fond.
No, I really enjoy that.
That's true, but I mean, I don't know if it's anything that important to her.
There's a lot.
I think she'd show up.
I have to be.
I appreciate the thought.
Well, I think most of Sand Mist would show up. Don't go telling yourself that they won't care.
I mean, I don't know if I go that far, but maybe I'll think about it after we get through this.
The kids, at least. I think you owe a few of them some debts. Lost too many
Lord,
cards.
I probably do. I'll have to bring something special home for him, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's a gift shop on the way out we could probably hit.
We'll just break in there in the middle of the night just so I
Yeah.
can have a couple of souvenirs.
Already on the run, might as well just add some, break and entry and minor theft.
I mean, why not? Not the worst we've done.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
All right, well, you have a good sleep.
You too.
Colt.
Colt would first go up to where Ski had been doing whatever it is she was doing, and any pieces of her armor left, take a little bit for if she ever decided she was worthy of it again. Obviously, it's here, so she doesn't think she is. And then go back down to the bar and have his. I don't think he would really rest either, or a lot at least. So just kind of join her and take a seat a few away from her and have a little rest of his own. He's kind of worried about her.
Flint, what does your wind down routine look like?
Setting alarms. He's probably gonna ask Maribel if he can stay in her room tonight.
Yeah, she would definitely allow that.
Yeah, definitely just watching over her. Just honestly, like doing that thing that while she's sleeping, he's just kind of like looking at her. Not in any kind of like, he's absorbing time with her at this point, and just looking at her features, how they changed, how they look closer and closer to her mom's, and just just doing everything he can to protect her in the moment. And he would cast see invisibility on himself as well. Make sure that there's no scrying orbs or anything kicking around like some weird shit. And yeah.
You do find that the facility's magical protections are quite substantial.
Adequate. Good. Definitely still an alarm anyway. Probably also one around her bed. Just extra protection.
Okay. I've lost Ski.
Same.
I think she said BRB.
Oh.
Also, I keep trying to upload this photo into our chat, but it's like a bunny folk that's all done up in Western gear.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not uploading, and I think that may have been what crashed my fucking shit for some reason.
Oh.
Anyway,
Love
no.
that.
too cute.
yeah.
And there's
Google Gemini. It's like nah, fuck it.
Sophia, are you gonna some form of arrest?
Yes. Sophia will go back to the room that she was originally in doing maintenance. And she'll sit down on like the end of the edge of the bed. And she'll cast sending.
Oh god. Here we go again, guys.
There we go.
She has one sending spell available to her at this moment. And she goes through the motions of it slowly. And establishes a connection with, she sends out a message, sending to her father. And she doesn't say anything. She just sits with the line open. And then closes it and goes to bed.
Ski,
Hello.
you're taking a power nap,
Yeah. At the bar.
but you're stressed.
Yep.
You're worked up. And what was supposed to be a 15-minute nap quickly devolves into a 30-minute nap to a 90-minute nap. And in that time, you get a bit of a dream. You find yourself sitting in a forest. Birds chirp, light gently kind of cascades through the trees, and you can hear wind. Everything's kind of muted. And you can hear the sound of a fire crackling in the distance.
I guess you would go to the fire.
Okay. Sitting around the fire, you find a very weird scene. Something perfectly fit for a dream. There's a fireplace and a fire, a wooden floor, furniture as though this were a normal room, a sitting room of some sort. Very well appointed, well finished. And sitting in a chair is a human man that you don't recognize, writing in a book. And as you're sitting there having kind of a moment, he looks up at you and goes, I apologize. I didn't hear you come in.
There's no door. You're outside. What do you mean?
There are many forms of inn, I suppose.
Where? What? This game's just like, there's no roof. What happened to your roof?
There hasn't been one. This is my preferred little slice. I apologize. I don't know you.
I'm Skileta. My friends call me Ski. Would you like to be my friend?
I would like that very much. And he closes his book. It's a human man. He's very well dressed. Clothing wise, he looks to be very much on par with McAllister. Very finely dressed. Everything looks like it's nice material. On his left hand, on his pinky finger, is a platinum ring. A couple other rings sitting around. But that's the only real telltale signs of this being a person who is of a higher class. His skin is worn, leathered from plenty of time in the sun. His hands look rough. He's older, and he looks to be like he probably worked very hard to get where he is. And he goes, "It's a pleasure to meet you, Ski. I'd love to be your friend."
What's your name?
My friends call me John.
John?
John.
Very, very nice to meet you, John.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ski. You must be having a very hard time to end up here.
Is it that obvious?
Well,
I'm kind of, you're my friend, John, so I can talk to you.
of course.
I failed.
How so?
I couldn't protect those on my list.
Did you fail? Did you actually fail?
Well, they died, so that'd be an actual fail, I believe.
Are they still dead?
No, but we got really fucking lucky with that one. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say that word. Sophia gets mad.
I'm sure Sophia won't mind this time.
I came out here to do something, and I'm failing. He was right that I can't do it.
Who?
I don't. My dad.
Father figures are hard, aren't they?
Yeah. I don't like talking about him.
That's okay.
It's just I feel like everything I've been trying to do I can't do, and I'm mad.
You're allowed to be mad. That's means you're alive.
I'm not technically allowed to get mad, but I appreciate you, John. You seem like a good guy.
As he's sitting there and he's kind of watching, he's got this like very familiar smile to him, and he goes, "May I see your axe?"
Oh, here, and pulls out the axe and just like gently like waddles over and just be like, here you go. It's very heavy. Wait, can you hold it? It's very heavy. You look old. I don't want you to break a bone. I'm sorry, that was rude. Do you want me to hold it for you? I don't know what you want from me here. Like, he starts panicking.
It's the motion is
I
smooth
believe you.
and familiar. He's able to
Adorable.
lift it, with a strength that very much does not. Oh my god!
God damn it!
Another dollar.
You know what? This is gonna be a pricey episode. Hey guys, you ready for this? Hi.
Ah!
All right, we're
I gotta get the like binini like all the soundboard.
Yeah.
Full comedy whenever we have something dramatic happen.
He holds it familiarly, and he kind of looks at it for a moment. He hands it back to you, and he goes, "It's a very fine weapon, very well crafted.
Yeah, it's not really mine.
It's your papa's, correct?"
Yeah, it's just my papa's.
Well,
Do you know Papa? I
only-
never told you.
Only in passing. We met once.
You're friends with Papa? Then you're one of my Papa's friends.
I would say we were friends. I haven't really met many Haragons since I had an opportunity to meet him, but it's
Were you one of Papa's drinking friends? Because I apologize.
no. I would never have been able to keep pace. I'm not much for a drinking show, as it were.
Okay, good. Papa said he led a lot of people who had to go to clerics one day, so I just want to make sure that Papa didn't poison you too.
No. I know my limits. I never drink with fellow adventurers.
Yeah, his spicy juice is not okay.
From what I know of your papa, he also sometimes got angry. The difference between being angry with no purpose and with purpose is to remember that you're fighting for something. And the world isn't fair. You're a creature of the frontier. Not everything will always go according to plan. But there will come a time and place when even failure can be victory. It's just a matter of how you choose to perceive it.
Well, what if I don't know what I'm fighting for anymore?
Then you have to figure that out. And it'll be hard. You have to ask yourself some very hard questions. But I think your friends are a good start.
Which ones?
I mean, the main ones you travel with.
Oh, my bestest buddies.
Yes.
Okay. Bestest buddy.
And he seems to like reference something in the distance, and he goes, "Our time's coming to an end. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to meet you."
Wait, do I get to see you again, John?
Perhaps. That's I don't really choose these things. I do have two parting pieces or two parting gifts, shall we call them. One, you're going to fill 2 attunement slots, and you're going to give yourself a +2 on your papa's axe.
Whoa!
Magical.
Yes!
Whoa!
How do I? Oh wait, I just attacked. Wait, I'm just fixing it. One moment. How do I do attack +2? There we go. Yes.
And specifically, the enchantment that is now on it is called Avatar of the Frontier.
Dope.
And he goes,
Damn.
Gift 1. Gift number 2. If ever you feel like you failed your friends, remember that they looked for you in all of this, and not one of them thinks you failed. And all of them would stand beside you again. I do need a favor. Can you please tell, as you would call him, Tazzy, that
Tazzy.
he's been doing a great job?
Okay.
And to lighten up a
John.
little bit.
Oh, he's very like, I play pranks on him all the time. I stole all his pens. See, opens up the bag of pens. I stole all his pens.
I'm
gonna have to give them back.
I can only imagine how absolutely tickled pink he is about that.
I also hide his stuff, but I don't hide it very well because he finds it very well.
Like, he was always good at that. And Ski,
Yes.
take care of
Right.
yourself. And you wake up.
Oh, I was gonna say you too, John. Hey.
I am
Wait,
going
before
feral.
before that, can like Ski give John a hug?
For sure, you definitely.
Yeah,
can.
Ski just gives him like a hug and just like hugs him and just goes like, "Thank you."
You wake up holding your pillow.
I wake up hugging the axe. For
Oh, yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
reason.
Do you know who that was?
As a character, no. As a player, hell yes I
No,
Amazing.
that was great.
do. And yeah, Ski's gonna wake up and there's gonna be like a single tear that falls from her cheek onto the bar, and she just like sniffles and like rubs her eye.
So, in addition, for the purposes of attacks with this weapon, it is considered magical. It is only
Hell yeah.
occupying one of your attunement slots, however.
God dang it! I'm sorry. I keep on pressing that, and I'm just putting Papa's axe magic.
What's the other slot occupied by?
Who knows?
Something.
Oh
Wait.
boy.
Where's the attunement slot? Where do I find that? I don't even know where to find that on this sheet.
I don't even remember where to find it on. I so rarely actually pay attention to it.
Right?
Is it even on the sheet?
Spell?
I'm not.
No,
Um,
bio.
I don't think
No.
attunement
I
has
don't think-
anywhere to track it.
Yeah.
I will make one.
You basically, yeah, write it down to remember.
There we go.
Other
put-
sources.
There, attunement 1 is in my item name. I'm gonna put attunement 2 with question mark.
We don't know yet.
There you go.
I don't.
Whatever you're attuned to just pops out. I've been here the whole time.
All right.
I've been attuned the whole time.
Oh,
What a brilliant show.
what just happened?
So
My
good.
screen just like glitched.
Oh,
I
that's another
don't know.
$1 in the tech jar.
No,
it was me moving things. I renamed
Oh,
your axe.
Oh, you named my axe? Oh, okay. I put that in the description. I appreciate it. I was like, what's happening? All right.
What's the name of the axe again? It was so bad.
So Papa's great
Papa's-
axe.
Yeah.
Avatar Frontier.
Right. Cool.
He's just
Beautiful.
gonna take the axe and just put it on the back.
With that,
and
we're gonna take a break.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
We're all gonna stretch our legs a little bit and then come back here and finish the last hour and a half because we still got an hour and a half.
Oh my god.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
I may not be able to stay past 10.
Yeah,
we'll rock
I-
you as long as we can.
Could I also? I'd like to request a 10 o'clock.
We'll try and shorten it as much as we can. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another cliffhanger.
has offered to make me a full character for Ski
Yeah.
if we do a live action. So
I mean,
it'd be a fursuit,
Wow.
but
Can
Wow.
we do
Take
a
them
live
up on
action
it.
but sitting underneath the table controlling puppets of our characters? They're above.
That would be so
Yes.
fucking rad, actually.
No,
That
it
would
wouldn't,
be
because do you know how many
so-
puppets I'd have to have?
Oh god, yeah, yeah.
it'd
Just
be amazing.
one that looks exactly like you.
Yeah.
Yes.
$20,000
That'd be
later.
perfect.
I want one Muppet of David.
That's all. That's all we need.
That's all.
I don't know what I would do with a Muppet of me. Welcome back, everyone.
Are you a man or are you a Muppet?
Neither.
I'm both, bitch.
I'm more like Gonzo, an unknowable eldritch.
Oh my god.
I mean, that is still a Muppet, though, so you've answered the question.
Yep.
Sure.
Surprise, Muppets are unknowable eldritch entities. Welcome
True.
back to this philosophical debate. You've all taken your respective rests.
Yes.
To answer those who don't know, because there were some questions as to who we were referencing when it came to that little segment. That was Jonathan Krieg, founder of the
Oh.
Frontier Adventure Company.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ski wouldn't know that. Ski
100%.
not smart. Ski's just like, I made friend named John.
That's why it was so much fun to have it
Yeah.
be Ski that met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made
love
new
that.
friend John. John knew my papa, and now John's one of my friends, and now I gave him a hug.
I would like to
Aw.
point out, though, when you went to write his name down, you definitely wrote, like, as you wrote it in your list, Jonathan Krieg, without knowing who that person is.
Oh yeah, 100%. He'd be like, nickname John, Jonathan Creed, question mark. Like Ski's like, they said who this was, so I know their name, but I don't know who the fuck they are. They had fancy shit.
Maisie, what are you doing? Get.
Get. Go on, get.
So it is now midnight. You are all rested to the point you will not take exhaustion. What do you want to do?
Time to get the fuck out of Dodge.
We need to get to the docks, right?
Yeah.
We gotta find out how to get a ship.
Hey, wait. Don't we have... Shit. Did we send a message to our ship
Nope.
captain?
I don't think
Nope.
you
No, hey. All right. Do we want to maybe send him a message and see if he can meet us?
Yeah, I can let him know to be at the dock. My question is, Elias, are you around here somewhere?
He's
I have a
sitting.
question.
He's sitting down in the kind of
Um,
entryway. It's just him, a fire, and like the kobolds, and he's reading a book.
Gotcha. What's the fastest way back to the capital from here? Is that boat or is that, horse or cart to the nearest town to the train?
I suppose it would be the fastest would be boat to get back. to-
Understood. All I needed. Thank you. And I
Okay.
will send a message to our lovely boatman. And I'll go. Need express travel. Oh, shit. What's the town that we're in?
Corsten.
What's the Corsten? I'm bad with names. Me
Okay.
as Luna the player is bad with names. From Corsten to Oaklane City. We'll pay premium. Meet us at the docks now.
There's kind of a pause, and he goes, 30 minutes? Probably? And you... Very drunk.
Fine. He doesn't get fine, but Sophia's like, fine. He'll be there 30 minutes, probably a little drunk. Everyone hands on deck for when we get on that boat.
Ski goes,
Just fine.
so we're gonna need a distraction, right?
Maybe
Is
if things go south, we can always try to be quiet first and then.
Well, I can make distraction.
before you do that, Ski, besides the front door, is there another way out of here?
Oh, yeah. There's...
I saw those the tunnels the kobolds were using.
Not all of you could fit in those, but there's options. Yes, for sure.
I mean,
Guess
a
the
child
question
and a
is, do we-
halfling might fit.
Yeah, I more mean the, of course, we built back ways out and didn't put them on the official plans, as it were.
Smart.
Yeah, we know how these things go.
Out we go.
I'll make distraction.
You want a
I'm-
hand with that, Ski?
Huh?
You want a hand with that?
You can come, but don't you want to be with everybody else? I won't be long.
I'm sure between the three of them, they can handle themselves fine. I'd hate to leave you on your own tonight.
Okay, you can come.
I think everyone should have a buddy.
The buddy system is important.
The
I'd like-
fitness gram pacer test.
Beep. Beep.
So Ski will be like, okay, so we'll make the distraction. You guys can get to the docks, and then we'll meet you guys there to get on the ship.
Works for me.
All right,
Uh,
let's
I'm
roll.
gonna cast invisibility on Maribel.
Okay. So he leads you down into a room, kind of down through like a cellar system. And at first, like, it looks like a normal wine cellar that's all set up and kind of put aside and good to go. But as you kind of like walk through, you notice he's taking like different turns. He's kind of like leading you, and like at first it's like, oh, this is a storeroom. This is where like things are kept. And you notice like there's more than just like wine kept down here. Like there's some basic arms and stuff that are kept. Then he takes you to like an end wall. And in the same way as he's approaching like the end of like where it is, he's tapping on like random spots, and to most people would appear to be random, but it's clearly very deliberate where he's touching. And by the time he reaches the wall has like, you know, the like thing that they do in games where like it dissolves into stairs, but it's just like the wall basically falls back, and each time it falls back, it like leaves a layer falling into the floor and like creates a hallway.
That's cool.
That's
Oh my
really
God,
cool.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Can you show me how to do that?
Uh,
Later. Sorry.
We'll come back, I'm sure. And he goes, this will take you into the sewers. You can kind of follow around for a little bit in there, and then they'll take you up generally near the docks.
All right.
I'm also casting sea invisibility on myself.
So you can see Maribel.
That's
yeah.
probably a really smart idea.
Pretty good idea, yeah. And sea invisibility is not concentration.
Concentration?
Whereas,
Oh, rad.
but invisibility is. So yeah, kind of a neat little combo. Yeah.
So Ski and Sophia would probably. So, Ski would look at it and be like, front door.
Front door.
Front
And
door.
Sophia will pull not the high caliber rifle, but the regular rifle off her shoulder and spin it, and then it's one of those like flick the fingers to reload. So you-
Yeah.
and like an empty shell
Repeating
pops out the
carbine,
top.
yes.
Yeah.
Ski.
I don't know the fancy word for it, David.
Do you do that as you're spinning it?
It's
Like
the
a-
spin to like catch and flick. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a very smooth moment.
Ooh.
Oh, Ski's also when they walk out, just like as they're like, oh, and I made a new friend. And just they walk out.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
who's that?
John Creed just walks up to like silence.
Sophia stops for a second. It's a good friend to have. Let's make some noise.
And quick question. I asked this last session. I don't think you remember. The front gate's completely wood, right?
Yes.
Cool. Can Ski's gonna like get on top of a building?
Okay.
And Ski has a short bow. So like we'll get on top of the building, and it's just like with Sophia, it just pulls out the short bow, and on the end of it is a Molotov cocktail that she made
Hell
with the
yeah.
Everclear.
Not my job.
It just looks at
You
Sophia.
sure you
and
got that?
Sophia looks at him and goes like, "Oh, I have like 5 more. So if I fuck up, you can have a
Alright.
shot." Okay.
Sure,
And like
why not?
Sophia.
It's been a while since
Ski-
I've thrown a cocktail on something.
Ski just like lights the hemp rope that she has attached to it from the arrow and just lines it up to the to the front entrance. And just like, I want to burn some of his shit. Sorry, bad word, but I'm gonna burn some of his shit.
You can say shit.
Cool.
Um,
And I'm gonna let the arrow fly.
Give me an attack roll.
It'll be -1.
Guidance.
Ooh, yes. So guidance
were
is
you-
1d4.
I assume is what you were gonna say, Neon.
Hmm? Yeah, guidance.
Guidance, yeah.
So it's 1d4, correct?
Yeah.
A 10?
A 10 will hit the door, yes. And as it kind of like flies towards the front gate, it smashes against the gate. You watched like a flame spread across the whole thing. And there's kind of a pause for a minute where not much happens. It's almost like you're like, oh, it's gonna take a minute for someone to notice, but then you start to hear like seemingly from everywhere the sound of like shrieks of like an alarm going off.
Okay. Shall we go? It just like
I
puts
will-
the bow back.
As Ski is pulling the bow back and letting this loose, I will cast Thaumaturgy on myself
Oh
to
god.
amplify the sound of my voice, so it is booming. Oh boy.
How far are we from McAllister's house and how flammable is it?
You're still fairly far away from McAllister's house.
Would a short bow hit it?
No.
Ooh.
God damn it.
20 feet?
Longbow, maybe, yeah.
Try my best, man. Like two birds, one stone. Gate him. Deal with it.
I voice booming in thaumaturgy as this is happening. In fealty to the goddess of death, may she rest upon the throne of the end. I declare upon James McAllister and his lesser oblivion.
Fucking get it.
He's just
Yes.
looking at us. That
May-
was a lot of big words. What'd you say?
My DM
May
brain is
justice
screaming,
be
inspiration,
fed."
inspiration.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give you inspiration on that one.
May
unless you already have
justice
inspiration,
be
in which case
spread.
you can only have one. But
May death be slow.
yeah, there's like people are like now surging towards the front gates. So I need everyone to make me a stealth check at advantage.
Oh boy.
Really?
And I will, after I've done my yell, I'll go to Ski.
20!
Let's roll.
Yay!
Let's get out of here.
Does Maribel have to make a roll? She's invisible right now.
No, she won't.
Sweet. Okay. Stealth with advantage.
Yeah.
Shift.
Yeah, and that's what our
20,
Oh.
thankfully.
We got a 20, a 26, a 19, a 21, and a 20.
Hell yeah, you
Nobody sees
guys.
shit.
So that's enough. Over the course of an hour, kind of like being very careful and those of you on the rooftop sticking to the shadows, moving very carefully and cautiously. As things are distracted and people are moving, you can see guards. They're searching. They're actively looking because it didn't take very long for the guards to realize that like there was nobody at the gate trying to burst their way through. So they were looking for you guys. However, those of you on the surface, you stuck to the shadows. You made your way to the docks, very kind of quietly and without much incident. And then those of you in the sewers, it was pretty much a straight shot. Nobody really kind of came upon you. And as you pop up, you happen to run into your friends who are just coming down off the roofs themselves. You hear the distinct sound of a sputtering, little steamboat putzing along with the engine fully taxed. There are lights hanging off it with multicolored like flames. Somebody's clearly cast like dancing lights and fairy fire on it, and it's going. This thing looks like it's set up to be a party barge right now. And all you see is very distinctly from the helm this orc man with his 2 thumbs up, staring at it, just like as he's coming in, and like You could tell
What was
he's
his
gonna
name?
try and slow down. Something Skull Crusher. Hold on.
Oh no, it's I have it written down because he's my friend.
He's a friend,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's Grunkar.
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 Yeah.
Skull Crusher, I think was his full
Nice.
proper
Yeah.
name.
I love that.
Mr. Skull Crusher's my father.
Jesus. I immediately throw Grunkar like a handful of gold, like 10 gold pieces.
Like he slows down enough that you guys don't have a hard time. Like it's still kind
Yeah.
of like a scramble to get across. None of you have
Could,
low
could
enough.
I can I make sure Sophia, not Sophia, Hearts gets across because Hearts can't swim, so he's like, here you go, you're okay, get on the boat.
Um,
Hearts
if,
pulls on the other side, ready to take your hand.
Aw.
if anyone needs it, I can just vortex warp them onto the boat.
Also, Strudel's where's Strudel?
Still with
With
Mary.
with Belle.
Who's Belle?
Okay, all right. I was just like, we remembered to bring Strudel, right?
It can Maribel swim?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can she?
Did you
I
teach
feel
your
like we
daughter to
would've-
swim?
Yeah,
We'll have
like
to
by,
find it
yeah,
out.
of course by 8 years old you would know how to swim. Yeah, of course you can swim.
That's
Hearts can.
Oh, well.
Hearts can
Well, Hearts
swim.
isn't 8 years old, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with very little fanfare or anything, you guys managed to find yourselves on the boat, steaming along, kind of getting away from everything. And Grunkar, like, you can hear music playing. It's this kind of like heavy, bassy, like boom, 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 like predecessor kind of going, and like it's drum, like some drum thing on like a record player that he's got going. It's skipping every once in a while. It's like boom, boom, bing, boom, boom. But as he's just like on the boat, like kind of like trying to go.
He's just like holding their ears like this and loud.
And he's like,
That's cute.
I'm so sorry. I'm so drunk.
Yeah.
do you need
pain,
someone
that's
else to
all that
steer
matters.
for a minute, Drunkar?
No, I'm
Drunkar.
gonna pull over down the river a little bit. We're gonna take a quick nap. I hope you don't mind. I know a place we can hide. Probably should have told you that.
Is it all right if we kill the music? We're trying to get out of here a little silently.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to harsh your buzz, but
Would the party that wasn't there notice that the gate's on fire? Just
Oh yeah, like it's at this point, like there's a tower of like smoke and flame in the distance. People were trying to put it out, but it's a giant wooden door that you set the entirety of the wooden door on fire. Like that door's
And
gone.
once we're
Impressive.
safely away, we'll crank the tunes again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. And great job, you guys. Wow, what a distraction.
That's
I
It's
Yeah,
been a while since I've
impressive.
committed any major property damage. Feel like
I have 5 more.
That's fucking fantastic. What was that you said about a slow death and shit? I could hear it. We were down in the sewers at that point, though. That was
Well,
righteous.
I mean, one of the benefits of the all gods thing.
Fair enough.
So
Don't need to, call the storm and only the storm. You can call whatever you want.
poor Pat. As you're kind of sailing down the waters, the quiet settling in, you get further and further from the action. You for a little bit there, you start to feel more and more safe. But Flint, you hear in your head, "Please take care of my granddaughter."
Ooh,
Can I reply?
You can.
10. You have 10.
fuck off.
I'll most certainly take care of her. She's not your granddaughter.
One more.
bitch.
Daddy?
He's gonna be like,
Now you've thrown him
wait.
off his rhythm.
what?
Yeah.
I just love Daddy, and he's gonna be like, wait, what?
Well, that's the only way, If she's his granddaughter, then he's my dad.
Do Do you want a rich megalomaniac as a father? He'd probably take you as well.
Yeah, he'd probably be like,
Probably.
dude, you're offering?
Not this one, but maybe.
Maybe the next
mayor
one.
or some shit. Yeah.
Maybe John.
Yeah, like John.
Um,
John seems like a good papa.
Wait, John and Frederick are one of my friends. Must collect all of the creed.
Um, as you get a little bit further away, and as Grunkar slowly becomes more inebriated,
More
feeling-
drunkar.
Yeah. He like pulls into like there's like a little like bay, kind of a little bit as you pass along. First, you don't really notice it's there, and you think for a second he's definitely gonna beach his boat. But as he like cruises through, you realize like as you hear it like kind of like across the bottom that it's just like a barely
I'll
above
mend
the
it.
water.
I'll
Like
mend it.
sandbar. He's like, oh, there's a reason there's a steel plate on the bottom of the boat. And he pulls you into this like quiet little bay. It's a little bit of a thing, and as he kind of like pulls into the spot, and he's like, I need to lie down.
You want strudel?
Oh,
Like holds out strudel.
I'm good.
Hey,
I'm good.
Tent. Make this man a home.
He's like, I got a bed downstairs. I'm so excited to go. And you hear him like go down into the thing, and you hear the distinctive sound of a person who's like walked downstairs drunk, and then
Yeah.
a
hope he-
minute later, just the soft snores of a man who has now fallen asleep on the thing.
Alright.
Well, I bet.
I've been there.
I
I bet
have
he
it.
had a
It
great
was
night.
bad. Yeah, me either.
I mean, we're
I'm
out.
gonna cast detect thoughts and see how his night went.
It went well. He's dreaming of like he was in the middle of a party as like you called him. He was like, I said I would go.
I'm gonna give him an
go.
extra 5
I'm
gold.
sorry, you beautiful elf ladies. I have to leave, and then he like departed.
No.
Dude, he's the OG. He's the goat.
He is the goat. We'll make sure
Grunkar
he
is
gets a
100%.
makeup party eventually.
Yeah. We'll throw him a thing, a bash.
Yeah, we'll invite all the elven ladies.
Yeah, you're kind of at an opportunity here where you can wait for him to wake up. It'll probably be a few hours before he's stable and ready to go, or you have an opportunity to head out on your own. There seems to be paths like this. Seems to be like a well-known, like people know this spot's here. It's hidden in the same way like a particular roadside turnout that everyone refers to as Makeout Point is hidden.
Yeah.
What would it take to get this boat moving again?
I call it an animal handling check because there isn't a piloting skill in this, but
Bet. I'm gonna get this boat moving again.
Does anyone have?
I'm gonna guide
Vehicle?
myself.
okay.
I have.
I'm gonna offer a
+3
quick
on animal
quick
handling.
prayer to the god of the sea.
Sophia, what's your animal handling?
+3.
Okay, we're good. We're on the...
17. And I
17.
guided myself, so 21.
Nice.
Blackjack. No.
Get it.
You're able to kind of like set the motor back up, because as like Grunkar, he like kind of like stoked it out and was like, okay, that's good. So between like you and the gaggling, you can get the furnace going again and steam pressure going, and then turn it around, and yeah, you're actually a fairly adept navigator when it comes to sailing boats. So throw that down. You've got a natural skill for boating.
Will do.
Like,
I will put
Oh.
boats in there.
There's
Boats.
vehicle proficiencies, right?
Proficient
Yeah.
With watercraft or
attribute.
something.
Wisdom, I guess.
Yeah, Ski's just gonna like, as you guys are sailing, he's just pretty much just sitting on the boat, just maybe just chilling with Belle. Like gave Belle strudel, made sure to like gave her her bedroll and got her to like sleep on the boat too, because it's late
Mhm.
and she's a child.
And I will
both
stand
facts are true.
Good
at
idea.
the helm and overlook the night sky as I usher us to safety.
Damn, mommy. Taking care of the whole family.
Well, if Ski's got Belle, I think Colt's gonna check up on Hearts, considering how it went last time. If she's okay, if she needs anything, if we can help.
Hearts seems a lot less queasy this time. Although, like, when first stepping onto the boat with the very, very drunk captain, there was definitely some like, ooh.
Is there another way? Can we go another way? Please?
But I mean, she was definitely like, you know, Ski and Colt helped her across, like, okay, this will be fine. This will be fine. My friends won't let me drown. And so she's definitely a lot more calm about the water now. But in the back of her head, she's kind of like, maybe sometime when we're not like in the middle of a total crisis, someone will teach me how to swim.
Hey, anyone get motion sick or like water sick? Everyone good? Seasick?
No,
Good.
I got sea legs.
How about
Sweetie,
our-
how you doing? I'll check in with Maribel as well on that request.
back into the boat is put her to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fine. She's good.
And Sophia will reach into like her little ration pouch and pull out little pieces of candied ginger that she just enjoys. But you know, ginger's good for the stomach, so.
Candied ginger is a godsend in this real world of ours.
Mhm.
It's so good.
She probably pulls it out like out of her priest pack. Like it's probably like an herb or something that she has for rituals that she's just eaten instead.
Oh, now who's
Yeah.
got the pocket food, huh?
This, I'll have you know, Casper, this was kept in a proper food safe storage crate.
Looks like you pulled it from your pocket to me.
Hearts,
And I'll
mom and
reach
dad
into
are
the, I'll pull
fighting
out the
again.
box. And
I
like there's a box, and
know,
inside the
I
box is
know,
like a
but-
bunch of little components, and like it's wax papered and safe and sealed.
Just a little like.
Well, you
bento
do you and
box.
eat some frittata.
Is that from this one? You know how long that's been out? That ain't food safe, Mr. If you get food poisoning, that's on you.
It's just
I ain't
fine.
pulling this
I
boat
smell-
over so you can shit your pants
Give
on
it
the
a
beach.
sniff. Sniff it. Smell it.
You don't have to
smell it.
pull the boat over to do it.
Hearts, would you like Hearts like pulls out one of the moonshine bottles? You want?
Yeah, Hearts will take it and take a swig. But, like, Hearts is not watching this as if stressed. Hearts is watching this as if, like, damn, if I had popcorn right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ski's just sitting with you, just passing the ball between you, me, and Colt, just all three of us, just like.
Hey, you
Um,
know what? Now that we're out of town,
Hmm.
Maribel's safely asleep here. Sophia,
Yes,
I got a
Mr.
question.
Mr. Flint.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
I don't know if you're able to answer it or not.
I mean, I
But-
can do my best.
Using your best recollection there, I'd appreciate knowing what role you may have had to play in the securing of Maribel into James's arms.
I figured you'd ask that eventually.
Well, you're not a dumb lady, so I'd imagine you
Nah,
would figure
nah.
that.
To be honest, Mr. Flint, Mr. Casper,
Thank you.
God, fucking damn it!
Another challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just have a bunch of loonies.
Casper, it took me a while to really dredge the memory up as Mr. McAllister was talking to us. I would hate to tell you that I barely even remember the occasion, not because of the time, but because of the lack of notoriety of the job. Day in, day out, tasks become second place. I'm sure you don't remember every last bounty you've hunted down, every last night you've spent under the stars. But
Certainly not. But I mean, kidnapping children, that's commonplace to you?
nah, I didn't do the kidnapping myself.
You had a hand
Myself
in it.
and the band I was with were hired to obtain a box of ledgers that held the information of all the registered bounty hunters and the information on those bounty hunters.
Right.
That information was then sold to the person who hired us to obtain it in the first place.
Well, that's
At
not
the time,
so
I didn't think
nefarious.
twice of it. But at the end of the day, Mr. Jordan, myself and the gang I was running with at the time are responsible for the McAllisters having that information to begin with.
Right, and you know, that's can I just do a quick insight? Just as
Yeah.
a father, very concerned. Yeah. 21.
I'm being completely upfront and honest.
Yep. As I suspected. Nothing fires off in my mind as this person's lying to me. And I say, well, you know, that's a reasonably low key kind of job. Can't really fault you for that. You were making a living. Now
That I was.
I would appreciate an apology, though.
You know, I would
And
love to
not in
offer
the-
you one.
Not in the form of words, dear.
For
but
sure.
more so in the form of that money you collected from his dirty hands.
Mm.
Now, I'd say that considering your doings gave him that information, I'd say that any reward of that should go to her protection.
And it will. Mr.
I
Casper.
mean directly.
Oh, I
And I mage hand my
apologize.
a mage hand out, waiting for the noble to be placed into it.
For sure. And I go, I understand and respect where you're coming from, Casper.
Well then, say what. Let's say put your money where your mouth is. If you respect what I'm saying, then plop that noble right where my hand is.
No, it doesn't work.
I put my money where my mouth is when I didn't leave you dead on that floor.
Doesn't do anything.
I
Again,
understand that it's in
again,
my best interest
again,
to keep
missed.
everyone here.
You are the reason I was dead on that floor. We went in there with a plan, and you broke that plan, and you put us all in danger. You're the reason I died. You owe that to me. You owe that to all of us to bring me back. Now, don't go ahead and say that you did me a favor there. That was you making up for the shit that you put us in with your actions. That was your doing. We were in there. We were calm. We were collected. We had a plan. Couldn't stick to it. Now, I agree with what you did in a sense. That man don't deserve not to live. But we can deal with that at a later date. For now,
Ski's just gonna look at Hearts and be like, we had a plan?
we had a plan.
Hearts is just gonna be like, kind of like, talk about this later, because while it's less like enjoying the drama now, it's more we should just be quiet and let them have the discussion they need to have.
So when you flippantly attack someone who is way stronger than you in a situation that we're all involved in together, you can't come to me and say, well, I did you a favor by bringing you back from that shit that I put you into. So, with all due respect, Father, the noble, we can make money together. We'll do that just fine. But for now, this is something that I think that for Ratchet's sake, you owe this to me.
Righteous.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about righteous? You want to talk about honor?
I don't want to talk about
Now.
semantics with you right now.
No, I'm not talking semantics.
Well then, money, mouth, make it happen. And the hand does this. You're hesitating way too long for me to appreciate this.
Waiting for the spell to end.
Mage hand, I cast it at will.
I suggest you leave this. I understand that you want to keep your daughter safe. I understand.
You got her kidnapped and me killed. What am I supposed to leave? Now, I'm dead serious now, Father. Or is that your real name?
Sophia is the name I've always had. Might not have been the one always that everyone always called me, but it's the one I've always had.
I'm with you, David. Let's just get out of here.
Well, then who is Sophia? Is Sophia someone who's going to get her friends killed? Is Sophia someone who's going to get their kids kidnapped? Or is Sophia someone who's going to do right when that actions occur, which they have? Now, I've done nothing to you. I haven't done nothing to you. You have got me killed and got my daughter kidnapped. Why should I trust you in any regard right now unless you do right and you put that money in my hand so I can secure my daughter a future? We can make money later.
She has plenty future, Casper. And she has plenty future,
I cast Detect Thoughts.
one way or the other. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I need a wisdom saving throw, 15.
For sure, I can make a wisdom saving throw. Ooh, 22.
All right, I cast it again.
Sure.
Throw all your spell slots on this.
How many times are you planning to cast this?
I've cast it again.
Okay. 20.
All right. I
Sophia's a +6 in wisdom, buddy.
I tap my ring and I cast it again.
Ooh,
13.
13.
So I am delving into the depths of your brain.
No.
I can immediately
it's-
already read the surface thoughts. That's fine.
Yep.
But I'm going past that. I'm going to your past life, and I'm going to see if I can extract how much you were involved in this and where your
Sure.
emotions were during that time.
Okay. Surface thought. The first thing that you see diving into Sophia's brain is she's thinking about the conversation she might have to have with your daughter if you don't stop coming on adventures. The 1st
Mhm.
thing she thinks of.
Okay, so I'm picking up threats. Got it.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not a threat. It's a, if you die out there, I have to tell your daughter that you died.
hmm
And I don't want to have that conversation.
So the next time you get me killed, is that what you're saying? And then I'll delve deeper. I want to see the night that it happened.
Sure. Sure. The night that it happened, I think you can see that it's not just Sophia there. There's 2 or 3 other people. All of them are in different adventuring gear. Sophia is holding a fairly decent high power rifle. No religious iconography at all. Her jaw is heavier set. Her facial features are rougher. She's taller and broader built. And she doesn't have the same vertigo that she has now, that gray and green. It's just solid gray. And she has a little bit of like a goatee sort of thing going on. And on the shoulder pauldron of the people around her that are also in the same kind of garb, there is an emblem of lungs, just completely in black with little pieces of silver flecks in them. A box is placed on the table in front of not James McAllister, but his son. And he hands over money to not Sophia, but to a gentleman who is, let me just pull up his details really quick because it's been a hot minute since I've thought about him. A human man who is a little bit cleaner than everyone else, a little bit more charming than everyone else. And McAllister probably utters a sentence along the lines of, always pleasure doing business with you, Victor, and the Black Lung brothers, of course. And this is going to go to mighty use. And some time passes, and I think it's a little bit of a fading effect as we come back to the future, but you can see money is being doled out and Sophia doesn't take any at this point.
So, what happened to your conscience? You refused to take money then, but you took it yesterday.
Yeah, Mr.
And you said,
Casper, Mr. Jordan.
You said, thanks for doing right.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted that money the whole time.
I said pleasure doing business with you.
No, you said thanks for making it right. You said thanks for making it right. I heard the words. I can go back to the tapes.
Understood. And you're right. Because
how am I supposed to
in
trust
reality,
you right
Mr.
now?
Jordan, I took that money so I didn't have to look you in the eyes and tell you that I sold your wife and daughter for free.
Well then, pass that money over. So my wife and daughter, at least her memory will be all right, but my daughter will be set up. I don't think that that's right, that you should have taken that money, even after all this time, said thank you for it, and then refused to do right by the person who lost the most out of it all. Thanks again, in part, by yourself. Now, the way I see it is you've hurt me deeply. You may have done a little magic with a nice diamond, but that don't make up for the situations you've put me and my family in. I lost my goddamn wife because of you. In part. You don't think that's worth a couple $100?
Yeah.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. We'll make money together, right?
I'm sure we will.
So then, this money now, or I can't trust you. How am I supposed to be in a party with you if I don't trust you? And I'll look around to the rest of the people who are sitting there with their popcorn mouths agape. And I'll just say, what do y'all think? Let's put it to a vote. We're a team. Let's make a team decision.
Sure. But
And
let
what
me
is
also
it
bring
to vote
forward,
on?
Casper, that you and I aren't so different.
I'm not.
You are
I don't
not
care about
in
our
the law.
differences.
You're beside it. And I'll pull out a bag from the back of my belt. Oh. For a short time, I also did the bounty hunting job. And understand, I might have taken, your wife. I might have played a part in taking your wife away from you and distancing you from your daughter. But how many husbands have you stolen? How many children have you taken away? Because being a bounty hunter, you don't leave with your hands clean.
You think any of those people are standing next to me in this goddamn moment right now? You think I'd party up with any of those people or their families? I was doing jobs just as you were doing jobs, but now you're faced with the consequences of your actions right here, right now. You can either make amends or you can stand by your actions. What's it going to be? Now, I've asked you this a few times now, and you have been reluctant every single time. You ain't got an ounce of humility in you. You call yourself a father? You think people are going to come to you, take your advice? You're not a father. I'm a father.
At this point, would Ski be standing at that point? Because Ski knows info that Casper does not know. I don't want to get in between this, but Ski would stand and pretty much saying, that's not true.
Well, what do you got to
Well,
say, Ski? I said we'll put it to a vote. Well, then, everyone speak your piece.
I look at Sophia like if it's okay to say anything, because we had that private thing.
Mm-hmm. Anything you gotta say, Ski, you can say it.
She remembers every name. She remembers everything that she did do, and she is working to fix it. If she's keeping that money, you have to trust her, Flint. It's two ways, and I know that she has probably your family's name written on that bolt and everything, but if they did it, they're making amends. Wouldn't you want that too? Your daughter's safe. We can take care of her and everything, but forcing this is it gonna really help? I feel like it's just gonna cause more problems that there is. And she showed me how badly she's trying to make amends for all she's done, and that's what she's doing. If she's keeping that, she's using it to make amends, because she probably doesn't just have to make amends to your family, but other families too. One of her amends was probably getting your daughter back, but she's still got to make up more for that. And don't we owe her that? She did do that, but I'll be honest, if she hadn't done that, I would have killed him. And I'm not gonna lie, I would have, because he was an asshole.
You say it just like it's just so easy. Like you just would have done it instead. He could have killed all of us. It was his whim to let us go.
Ski's gonna remember this conversation with John recently, because this is coming into things. And it just pretty much stands up and goes right up to Casper and goes, if we're not in this together, we're not gonna get anything done. Do you you understand that? We are a party. We have been together for months now. Is there any way, shape, or form that you can't trust Sophia to actually help us?
So, Sophia, what's your plan with that money?
The plan is to keep all of you safe.
How are you going to do
Mirabelle
that
will be
with that
safe.
money? Let's stop talking in fucking circles.
Oh, yeah.
What's the plan
Sure.
with those dollars?
The plan with those dollars is to keep us armed properly and to make sure that the next time one of us gets knocked on our ass, I can pick us back up and I don't have to add another goddamn shell to this bag. And I will unzip it and I will dump the entire bag of shells on the deck.
These
You
are
don't know
all your
shit
bad deeds
about-
here.
No, this is a portion of them. And you don't know shit about being a father. Because if you fucking did, you'd know that being absent, that risking your life day in, day out, puts her at risk.
Being absent. Watch your fucking tongue. You created that absence.
Yeah, and now what? We get her back home, we put her somewhere safe, and you go out again?
Going out again, the only reason I would was to help you all. You don't want that? Fine. I can go home with my daughter, and you guys can find another party member to help you out. But for now, like I said, all I see is a bunch of shitty deeds on the floor. You want to make up for them? Start now.
I already have, Mr. Flint.
How
only difference-
have you? How have you?
We spared those kids. I've put time, effort, blood, sweat, tears into building Sand Mist into something respectable, building a home for people.
We've all done that.
I came here.
I stood
helped
right
get your
next to
daughter
you while
back.
you were doing it. And you're going to say my efforts aren't worth shit?
It's not that your efforts aren't worth shit, Mr. Casper. It's just that I understand that I'm not some self-righteous hero.
You haven't said
When-
sorry once to me.
Yeah,
Get off your
Casper
high
words
horse and say
fucking cheap.
you're sorry. Well then, like I said, put your money where your mouth is. This is not something I'm just going to let go. Again, you were involved with the death of my wife. You were involved in the capture of my daughter. How's a man supposed to look you in the eye and say, you know what? That's all fine. You're going to make it better some other time. You've had time and time, and you've just made things worse. You got me killed, let alone my wife as well. Sure, you brought me back, but you put me there in the ground. You may as well have said those words yourself. I didn't see no one else making those actions. And Ski, you said that you would have done the same thing. Then I don't know, because honestly, we knew we were outgunned. We knew that this was dangerous. And unless y'all don't understand what danger means, how are we supposed to do anything here? We're just gonna run around and get ourselves killed willy-nilly from time to time. And pray to fucking God that the one who is dead at the moment isn't the one that can get us back up.
and you best hope I can keep myself safe.
So what do you want with your money? You keep saying, I want to... What is it you want with that money? What costs $2,500?
That's gear, that's equipment, that's spell components that keep you fucking alive. That's investing it back into Sand Mist. That's investing it into your daughter in its own fun way. That's making sure that you come home and that she never has to sit on the edge of her bed and send a message to a tombstone.
Well, then what are you willing to part with now? How can you make amends to me in this moment, right now? By yelling at me? By blaming me? By calling out, saying, you should have actually killed my daughter. That's what you just fucking said. You remember that a moment ago? You said that you kept them alive, so you were supposed to have killed them. So how can you make amends to me right now? Because I need that.
You want a pound of flesh? Take it.
I don't give a damn about flesh. I want your fucking apology. I want you to sit on an inch lower than you are right now and say, maybe I'm not doing everything perfectly. Maybe I'm not doing everything right now. Maybe I could have done better before, and maybe I am actually sorry for what I've done. You haven't said it. Why? Tell me you're sorry, or I'm not going to believe you or trust you forever.
All right. I'm sorry for the part that I played in the tragedy that befell your family. I am. Truly.
Thank you. I'd expect you to be. That was some horrible shit that you've done. We can make it right together. but I need to trust you. And when I am coming at you over real shit and you're not coming back at me with honesty, with integrity, then how am I supposed to do that? So thank you. Now we can start the healing, all right? Let's...
Whatever you need, Mr. Flynn.
Think.
And I will steer the boat.
My anxiety's really peaked right now, guys.
Yeah,
Like, I'm having a panic attack right now.
I love you, Neon.
Love you too.
Yeah.
So glad we get to play out this super duper fun dramatic scene.
Yeah, right?
Also,
Exactly.
us four,
Yeah, I know.
us
No,
four
it's-
are
it's-
just like, what the fuck do we do here? I was expecting
Yeah,
what
the
was
pits
feeling.
are amazing, though.
I don't know about you, but I think I need an emotional break, so I think I'm gonna call
Yeah.
it for a night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was this close to like turning off my camera and going to take my anxiety medicine. I was like, this is.
Aw.
Oh.
apologies.
No, that was
No,
fucking
That was
beautiful.
beautiful.
that was
It
amazing. What a
beautiful.
scene. Holy
But
shit.
at the same time,
I
I
can't wait
thought
to
you
watch
guys
it
were
back.
actually mad at each
No,
other.
no.
And I was just like,
No, I
We've
love
talked
Brian.
about
I
this.
love
We've
Brian
talked
so
about
much.
this.
Yeah. No,
this
Yeah.
is-
but you didn't tell the rest of the group, so we're just like, not even David. David's just like, I see him in the corner, like, what the fuck do I do
Well,
here?
this is what happens when two people get very into their characters,
Yeah.
and they've got reason to be mad at you, or at least one to the other. I don't know why you would be mad at me, or well, why Sophia would be mad at Casper.
Yeah.
It's I think part of their backstory. I know Sophia's.
Excuse me.
Love you too, Pat.
I'll mention it later, but yeah, I've told Colt about the dossier. But yeah, I gotta go get joints, my guys. I gotta go get joints.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest. That was awesome winning a performance
yes.
both of you. Like that was. If the DM doesn't give you an inspiration point for that, because
I mean, I already have one.
Yeah, I already have inspiration too. Yeah.
We are gonna call it quits for the night.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that was a fantastic moment, but I think as a DM, I also recognize we need to give our players a chance to handle that.
Yeah.
So
Anyone got any weed?
Yeah, I'm about to. Hey, Leon, did that scratch your theater kid itch there?
I am
yeah.
thriving.
Yeah.
Oh, when you
I
threw
am-
on those bolts and you looked like you were about to cry, I was just like, oh,
Oh,
my
I-
god.
Yeah.
I legitimately cried somewhere in there.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
like Flint, like Casper, just like shaking anger, like you could just feel from it. Like I could feel it in the vibes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
huh, both of this is so good, and it's so good that I don't know when they're not pretending anymore and they're actually mad at each other.
Thank you. That's acting, baby. Take our bows.
Yeah,
Take our
both
bows.
of you. I think David even too was just like,
Yeah, no, there were a couple of moments where I was like,
Yeah, it's like-
to our lovely viewers, thank you for tuning in and hanging out and spending some time with us and having an emotional moment with us, which we will pick back up next week. You will find us here next week, and probably you'll find us here next week. You will probably find a new short on Fridays. There's gonna be more Daggerheart on Monday. There's a lot going on. We're gonna raid out to Dice and Autism.
this was a very emotional episode all around. I don't think there was any funny real moments.
We're gonna raid out here to Dice and Autism here in a second. Before we go,
God damn
Another
it!
dollar!
one last dollar before we go. we're gonna send some love over here, but I want to say thank you to all of you who tuned in and hung out with us. If you are in the Calgary area and you are going to Expo, there's gonna be many of our cast who are gonna be walking around from both this show and other shows, who will be more than happy to see you at Expo. So by all means, let us know. Hop in the Discord. And we're gonna be
Oh my
there.
god!
Friday only.
If you wanna talk about the emotional dump, you can also head into the Discord and I don't know,
Head to the
dump your
Discord.
feelings.
At me at Twitter.
Yeah.
Get in
Yeah.
the comments.
But
Get it.
for all of you, we're gonna send over the love. Quick thank you from all of us, and we will see you next week.
Beautifully
Bye,
played,
guys.
Brian.
Next week,
Oh,
love
so
you.
good.
Phenomenal.
Oh my
So
god, that
good.
was.
Us. But welcome back. This is fucking weird.
It's okay. It's okay.
Does this mean we never have to refer to you as the Evermore ever again?
Oh, nice.
Look in there. I will
The
make
Evermore is never going to die.
No,